eGregious games.
We are back. Let's investigate this pawn shop and this strange fellow.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
It's shameful how insufficient the police presence is in these
I
parts.
haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection
It
indeed.
keeps me entertained.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Okay, is Roy high? And if yes, what is he on? Come on.
Okay.
God
he
damn it.
definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you can't cut through the jumble of sensations to get to the answer. Looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues.
You might be able to aid our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Think you could help me get a corpse out of a tree?
The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
He doesn't know anything. No one likes to see what you have to see every day.
Okay.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
I have something I'd like to sell.
Let me have a look.
Check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Postcard. Might as well sell it. I'm not going to sell the lieutenant's handkerchief. That's precious to me. What if I said I'd like to sell my clothes?
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
I have a fascinating photo of a corpse here.
Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale.
Do you know what the tattoos mean?
Aphotic paths, counter-radiance networks, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter.
You have absolutely no idea what aphotic baths are, but the tattoos on the man are not that.
Don't have anything to sell.
Another time, perhaps.
By the way, do you happen to have any guns?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Fuck.
What? Sold? This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
Wait, I sold you my gun?
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off-the-charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman. Although she kept referring to herself as a pig. Which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive. But I was just happy to get rid of it. And of her. Truth
Okay.
be told, she was terrifying.
We got a villain.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
I'm sorry I sold my gun.
Yeah, it's not good. I do hope we manage to clean this mess up somehow, while also keeping our focus on the murder investigation.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now.
Yep.
You'll just have to hunt
Something
your
to
luck
encounter in the
out.
story.
Of course.
Let's look around at the shop.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Dig up a. Let's just inspect everything in turn,
Big
then
men
look
on
for
big
cool ones.
horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Who are these knights?
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
They're
And the
not
blue
all
guys?
blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Wait, this looks like Rene, the old guy who was playing petanque.
This is what the loyalists looked like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
And the rag figurines?
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
They must be rebels, right?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
It's impossible to win against the cohorts of capital. Ask my friend Gart, whose bitch it made me.
Okay. I don't like either set too much, to be honest.
Alright, let's look for some really cool figurines.
Why?
Hey,
What's
success.
this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found?
What is this?
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Who?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
Marvelous.
50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for
That's
that.
just a bargain. That's just a good business investment.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
I will. I absolutely will. I'm gonna look at my figurine. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, anything else? What's this,
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented. They
Stand up
stare
and
at
see
you, but
more.
that one especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
What I really want to know is, could this device come handy in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Are you sure this is all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. even though I don't really like music.
That's odd. Why doesn't he like music?
Don't like music? What do you like then?
The stuff I record myself, silverware shaking in drawers as motor cars race by, nocturnal animals climbing on the roof, airship rotors, that kind of thing.
Interesting.
Maybe you should ditch music as well. Get into these more experimental sounds he's describing.
I like your ideas, conceptualization. But, Shopkeep, this Stereo 8 approved machine here.
Is the Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm,
I can't afford that.
12mm. It's even got
That's
a little...
Okay, what was this thing?
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Oh yeah. Is that a streetlight?
Yes, officer. As you see,
Where'd you get this?
it was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
How much for the streetlight?
700 real.
A bargain? No, it's not. He's trying to sweet-talk you into buying trash.
Okay, that seems a bit steep.
There's also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Will YouTube someone looking at getting the light later for whatever reason you might want to spend 700 real? I mean, maybe we get money later in the game, who knows? Maybe we actually get our paycheck at some point. But in the meantime, I have actual stories to get on with, not just fucking around with street lamps. Getting a warning about my bitrate, and it's gone away. Okay, what's this? Fingerless gloves. Those might be a good equip. Yeah, straight bonus. Let's put on the tank top. I don't think we need the bonus to conceptualization. Ooh, we can zoom out. Look at that. That's going to help. What is that? Nosafed. Always need Nosafed. Feed the nose with Nosafed. It's a bench.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comfortable.
We can sit on...
You can revisit the bench if you ever...
Okay. Yeah, 10 o'clock.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of
Yeah,
year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet.
You should take care of that, then.
But I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street. We'll figure something out.
Okay. I mean, we can go to the docks at night. Seems like a good idea. You know, once Kitsaragi's gone, maybe. And then we can talk to that lady. Ooh, there's actually people here. Although we can't speak to any of the ones we've not already spoken to.
Can I help you?
God, I saw another thing at the whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So about that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
I was wondering if we could come to some kind of arrangement for tonight.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Kim is about to say something. Let him.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
Hold on, I still have my key, you know.
Good luck trying to use it.
A metal box installed in the back of the counter.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done
That
here.
sleeping bag?
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Ugh. Not cool, not fun. I mean, I could just try breaking down the door. Or maybe there's a nice person who would let me sleep in their room, like the lady we spoke to when we woke up. Maybe she wants some fuck. You never know. Weirder things have happened. Besides, we haven't spoken to her with our friend here.
The door is closed.
Let's knock.
There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside.
Try the handle.
This door can up as you hold the metal. You sense the warmth left there by her hand.
Okay, okay. Let's not maybe get too creepy. Is there something in my room? Shit. Maybe we could sneak in through, like, the outside and just sleep in there. These loading screens are killing me. Need to check this is on the C drive, not the D drive. Okay, doesn't look like there's an option for climbing. I'm going to check the drive this game is on. It is on the D drive. I need to change that shit over. Okay. Right, we're totally going to progress with the story tonight. Totally. We can get past the loading screens. Oops, we've walked into a crowd of humans. What was that?
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Pretty long. It's drink o'clock.
Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself.
Maybe later.
Maybe later? What is this? Casual Friday? What's with the lack
I don't want to lick it.
What happened, man? It would go well with those cigarettes.
Okay. I can do that after Kitsuragi is gone. Just drinking while we're still on the case. With our lieutenant keeping us on the straight and narrow. You know, that's not so great. I wonder if weird stuff is going to happen when we try to go to bed. We get inside our head again. Seems likely. Okay.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers.
I have something here we could sell.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage.
Okay, let's have a look.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
What are
There are
those
spinner
things?
hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them. It's
What do you
just
mean you
funny.
confiscated them?
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
So you took his spinners?
I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
Isn't that corruption, Kim?
I don't know. Is it? I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Did you want to put these spinners on your machine?
No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Just... yeah, outrageously cool.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
I'm sorry you have to sell them because of me.
As I said, they are useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
Okay. Thanks, I appreciate your help.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
Let's tap on this gauge.
As you
because why
tap
not?
on the gauge, the indicator pin.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they're...
Okay. Let's go sell these hubcaps then. And make some progress. We can make some progress, right? I've spent 3 hours on this today. I demand progress. I deserve progress. But first, the loading screen. Okay. We better get some
Greetings
decent cash
on
for
this
this.
fine night. What brings you here?
Cool that you're still open. Big city vibes.
The pawn shop is always open.
We try this again? What's he on?
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrrolidon.
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Is it just me, or is it really warm in here?
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
No judgment, just curious. I probably did loads of Pyrrolidon before I lost my memory.
I've had to take it. You know, since the People's Pile cleanup. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
The People's Pile? What's that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
The People's Pile was a Type
Sounds
U
like I need some
particle
Pyrrolidon.
decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive
Why is it called-
waste into River Esperance.
Well, that's obvious. Why did it fail?
An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up. In
Tell
the
me more about this
explosion,
emergency
both the
relief
faulty
brigade you were
design
part
and
of.
We were an all-volunteer force. Self-organized.
Tough son of a gun, this one.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years
Must have been
getting
tough.
sick.
Radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. So much disappointment. An early death. No one's. A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear
How'd you end up running a
reactor.
pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died, so I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg as I can. Still in the same city, but
Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not
What the
vortices.
fuck are you on about, Roy?
Yeah, You gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Can I share your Pterodon with me?
You said you done it before, yeah?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending he won't be your knock, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
I think I've tried it once and liked it.
Here you go, man.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained.
He's just gonna give it to us? No.
Straight into
Right?
your gut.
Thanks, man.
Of course.
Cool. Have a look at that Pterodon. Oh, right. We were here to sell hubcaps, not to buy trucks. It's cool. It's cool. Hey, man, I completely forgot. There's something I'd like to sell.
But I
Wait,
The pawnbroker's gate.
Yes.
Something I want to
Roy
sell.
takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them?
No one was defrauded or jumped. Are you sure?
Of course. I meant
200
no
real. Okay.
Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
the rest is for him to compensate for the pain.
Anything else you're thinking?
Okay.
Another time, perhaps.
So, is he going to leave us now or when we turn in? Because I still need to, I still need to investigate the right place, you know? We got time. I'm probably going to cut the stream at 9 o'clock so we can do the Nintendo Direct at 10. You know, a wee bit of a break before another 40-minute stream. Right, let's just go for it, man. Let's investigate. You kids still here? I think if we could get the body down tonight, that would be good, but I think that's looking unlikely at this point. Okay. Something is a fawn slogan. We are going to hide you, spammer. What is this? Was this here before? Clearly cannot inspect it, so let's just head up to the roof. And we're going to try this jump. I imagine we'll fail. I think it was a fairly poor chance of success for me. But it'll still get us down there, right? Right, let's do this.
A tarpaulin cloak is still
Jump.
up on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
We'll take a bit of damage, but we'll get down there. What are you doing, mate?
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up there. You could have dived there. Shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
Hey, what happened?
I'm alright, Kim, mate. Just can't do it right now.
I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better.
God damn it. God damn it. Really? Why must you fail me so often? This doesn't look like anything we can do. So I guess we'll be turning in for the night. I just want to progress. But I guess at present, it's just about turning in and seeing what the new day brings. But we'll see what happens when we turn into bed. I'm sure we're going to get some weirdness. Alright, Gart. Take your money.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got... Well?
Here's 130 real.
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow.
20 real per night.
I'll take a
Jeez.
room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests.
Okay. So, you going to bed now, my friend?
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright, let's go. My fucking right-hand mouse
The
has
air
died.
outside is brisk.
Left one still
The
works.
lieutenant
I dual
is
wield
silent
mice.
for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
While this loads, I'm gonna get new batteries.
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCN. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
Didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
Cigarette is such a great idea. I think I'm gonna have one too.
You're cold, detective. Again, I only have exactly one every night.
Although, it never seems to work when I click my cigarette button. Okay. How did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Right then, the debrief.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
Okay. So how do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. Then you shot him in the chest, which wasn't ideal, and we still have to get him down from the tree.
But if it had worked, it would have been great.
By not ideal, he means he can't believe he let you try that trick and would be angry if he didn't feel the outcome was partly his responsibility.
I still can't believe I missed that shot.
Being sober tends to help with precision. But moving on to the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow.
Yep.
We tried to interview the Waipan's rep, but she asked us to do something for her first. Fine, so be it. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
If Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until you get up tomorrow.
I don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast, the rest has to try to keep up.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
Thank you for the compliment. We could manage it even in wooden clogs. There are uncanny running reservoirs in this body. God knows why.
So what are our powers exactly, the RCM?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
1,000? Why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We're not really supposed to play
Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
I see. And if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
What happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
Wait, so if I kill someone on duty...
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
And who makes all these rules? The coalition government?
Yes, the international community's mission in Revachol, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was the coalition government.
It's probably more honest, yes. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Or if they think you do.
The moral intern. What is that?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know, how would you describe them?
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen. What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
What is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something even a little feminine. but in a strict manner.
Who was Dolores Day? Also, writer, you have weird ideas about applying things to male and female. Wouldn't be surprised. Wait, I looked this up. I can't remember what country the guy's from, but yeah, it's like the languages who have male and female nouns for everything. I'm not a fan of it. I prefer neutral. It's one place where I will defend the English language in contrast to other languages. Anyway, who was Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanity.
For you, she is something painful, though it's hard to say why.
I have an opinion on the moral intern.
Do you?
Huh. Things are bad out there. We need them here, giving us the right to police Revachol.
In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Have we become a fascist? Where is that? The one that lets us look at ourselves. Right here. Not yet. Maybe we're a moralist. Yeah. Vigilantes sound bad.
Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses, the red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over. The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. Two glowing circles.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts.
And in Jamrock and the GRIH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here. At least do some good.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Thank you, Kim.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
What's that feeling?
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's got to keep it sane around here.
The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you, it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
Where is this Kingdom of Conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, has only been achieved a
How do you bring
handful of
about
times.
those circumstances?
Incrementally. Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed.
He's right.
History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
Okay, but what's the Kingdom of Conscience actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe. Partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The Kingdom of Conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
I don't know. I'm very on the fence with this one. That seems fine. I still want to live for the present, though.
What you want is immaterial. The Kingdom of Conscience is coming, whether you like it or not. Oh.
Okay. Let's run inside, because we run everywhere. It's interesting that that affects things, though. I wonder if we're going to be really tired tomorrow. Listen, I'm streaming here, man. I can't be walking from place to place. And even if I wasn't streaming, I would still not walk from place to place.
Yes?
Goodbye, Kitsuragi. Are we gonna sleep on that? Hey, let's look in the mirror. Let's see. You know, it's been a few
mirror
weeks.
hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Let's locate the source of the expression.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
No, we're not gonna do that. Okay. I think we're gonna go to sleep.
The bed is
We'll
cold,
mark the end of our
and
stream.
not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Yeah.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
But there's no time to rest yet. Because next episode, I want to go talk to the lady and get ourselves a check. If we can. Because there's still time in the night. So, I will call it there for today's stream. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. It's been another weird one. Another fun one. But at 10 o'clock, I will be going live with some Nintendo Direct. So join me then. Join me in 1 hour's time. We will see what happens.